What do we do when that happens, Hannah?
We have me time.
Me time, 100% advice. Me time. You gotta find me time, because whether it's getting away, going window shopping, or shopping by yourself, even if it's a Saturday morning, taking a walk after work by yourself for like 30 minutes to an hour, just getting a break from each other, because sometimes being around each other can really just
get your goat.
Number, taking a name, if you're cold at the door, welcome to the game.
Hi, welcome back to another episode of Dear Dilemma. You guys, we got an anonymous submission, and it's just one word. So,
and that word is, drumroll please, husband. So, we are assuming here that your husband is the dilemma, and he's just really ticking you off lately.
Yeah, because we don't really know. I mean, obviously, there's no context to go off of,
There's
so
none.
It's just the word husband. So we're assuming
that your husband's just your problem, and guess what? We can help you with that, because we too have a husband and fiance, and they also can tick us off sometime. And what do we do when that happens, Hannah?
we have me time.
Me time, 100% advice. Me time. You gotta find me time, because whether it's getting away, going window shopping, or shopping by yourself, even if it's a Saturday morning, taking a walk after work by yourself for like 30 minutes to an hour, just getting a break from each other, because sometimes being around each other can really just
get your goat.
Oh, here she goes again. Get your goat.
You know what? I think even in the best marriages, though, like, you're going to irritate each other. Like, you're always going to have that little bit of like, oof, I really love you, but I don't like you right now. And I think that's okay, and that's normal.
100%. I agree. I work from home. My fiance tattoo, so he's not obviously working all the time, and so there's weeks where, like, especially during the winter, where it's slow for him, and we're around each other too much, and then I'm not doing my walks because it's cold, and then we're irritated because like that, and then my dogs, and just I love working from home, but that is a con, and then that creates a little bit of tension between us. And so what do? Is I just get up in the morning when he's still sleeping, and I go and shop or go to the grocery by myself and just get some me time, get a massage. I know that's not for everybody, but like, just sometimes something, you got to treat yourself, and you got to get away.
You do. Like, sometimes I'll just plan a day to like go hang out at my mom's, or go hang out with my sister and like drive an hour and a half to go see her, or like go shopping, or just something to get me out of the house, get me away. And I think that just lets both of you guys breathe for a minute, and then kind of you can reconnect. You can kind of be like, okay, I'm frustrated, I'm annoyed, I know you are too, but like, let's give ourselves a little bit of space, and then reconnect and feel better and move forward. Yeah,
because sometimes you can be super irritated with them, and then you go on a small getaway trip for the weekend, and then you realize like, okay, they weren't that bad, and I just was not myself that week, or whatever it may be, or they realize that they were bad, and then they're like, I'm sorry for everything, I miss you, I hope you're enjoying your time. And then it's like, because I do that, I get so irritated working from home with the dogs barking, and then him, and then I go away for a business trip, and I'm like, the same day, I'm like, oh,
like, I want to be home, and I miss them.
But then, I get the whole bed to myself and quiet, and I can go to sleep, and no one is like waking me up in the middle of the night to go pee.
Do you ever think sometimes too, like, I look back and I'm like, ooh, I think I overreacted a little bit. Like, I don't think that was that big of a deal. And then I'm like, oof, I probably should apologize.
Yeah, I've done that, but then also he's done that. Like, he'll get mad about something, and I'm like, what are you tripping for? Like, chill out. And then it causes an argument, and then now I'm mad because then you cause an argument for no reason.
Right.
And then he'll come back to be like, I think
sorry.
I overreacted. And I'm like, you think?
Yeah.
And now I'm mad at you, so go away. And then, like, I don't want to see you until tomorrow. Like, go to your hole. See you later. So I think they can go both ways.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that I try to challenge myself with a little bit is, even if I'm irritated, or I'm just feeling like disconnected or whatever, or like maybe we're not just as close as we were, I'll kind of take into consideration his love language. Maybe like leave a little note on the coffee machine like, hey, I hope you have a great day. Love you, miss you. So So even if you're like irritated with each other or whatever, I think if you take a little bit of that extra step, just to show that you care, even if you're mad, I think that it can go a long way with the other person. And then the other person's like, hey, I saw your note on the coffee maker. Like, I know that, like, we're maybe distant, or I know that, I upset you the other day, and I'm sorry. Like, it just opens those lines of communication, even with, like, those little tiny things. So,
or he can be like me, where he'll come in randomly and then he'll start massaging my shoulders while I'm working, and I'm like, what are you up to? And
like,
what
you're
did you
sucking up to me.
Yeah, what did you do, and why are you touching me? Nothing, I'm just being nice. I'm like, no, you never do this, because when I ask for a back massage, you don't do it, so why are you touching me now? And maybe they realize, like, I've had a rough, like, couple of last week, so then he's like just trying to be nice, but then I'm like, what are you up to?
What are you doing?
What did you plan for us tonight that I don't want to go to? Those situations. So yeah, we're just assuming here that that's your husband's just making you mad. So I think those are a few things that you can do to get away. I think also a good one is writing in a diary instead of like venting to your, I think you should and you can vent to your friends and family, but then I think that if you're always venting to them about minor things that are making you mad or major things, it can then change their perspective. So sometimes it's good to just like get a journal.
Oh, I've made that mistake before. That should have been on the mistakes you make in your 20s episode, because like talking bad about your significant other to your family, I feel like they really do get a bad view of your significant other, and then you still love them, and then you're like, why don't you like them? Well, you tell me 10 million times all these things that you hate about them.
Yeah. So that's why I think journaling, or like even like your prayer journal every night, right? Like your prayer to God. I'm like, dear God, he's really testing my patience. Like, please help me and do this. Or just simply a journal, because once you get it out on paper, you're like, like you still may be irritated a little bit, but it does help just to vent somewhere.
Yeah.
Or social media. But then if that could turn really bad too. But yeah.
And I think Brooke brings up like a really good point. I don't know if, our writer who put this in is religious, but I think praying for your significant other, like, can do leaps and bounds for your relationship. And I think it is interesting how God sometimes shows up for your significant other or your spouse when you are consistently praying something. I kind of have a testimony about that, but I'm not ready to share it.
Just not ready to share.
I'm not ready to share yet. Maybe one day. But I was consistently praying the exact same prayer for my husband for like 2 weeks straight. And then God showed up and like showed me, yep, I answered your prayer. Like, it was just really wild. So eventually I'll share that, and it's really emotional. But I think it's really cool how you can kind of put yourself out there, and you can pray for your significant other, whatever, even if they're like driving you nuts.
Like, please, God, handle this, or he's going to be seeing you sooner. Just kidding. I would never. Don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. But I do agree with that. I think praying or a journal is a really good space to do, because it could be the littlest thing making you mad, and instead of like texting you from like, oh, he's doing this or whatever, and they're like, wow, they really just complain about everything. Like, sometimes you gotta take accountability on yourself too. Like, are you doing anything to make them mad? As well.
Can go both ways.
Yeah, I agree with that. But we hope this helped. I don't know what the situation was. We're just assuming that your husband's just really ticking you off these days. Hopefully those are some solutions that may help you. And yeah, if not, this is why we need a little bit more details on our submissions.
Yes.
We're not asking for too much, but we just need a little bit more than just one word.
A little more. But I hope that you are able to resolve things with your husband, if that's the case anyways. And we'll see you guys next time, next week. Yep. And
follow us on our social medias, TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Dear Dilemma Official.